Is it possible to have implantation bleeding or cramping 7 days after the missed period?
Hey there! Welcome to today's video, where we'll be discussing whether it's possible to experience implantation bleeding or cramping 7 days after a missed period. If you've been wondering about this, stick around as we dive into the topic and provide you with some valuable information.
Implantation bleeding and cramping explained.
Before we get into the timing of implantation bleeding and cramping, let's quickly understand what they are. Implantation bleeding refers to light spotting that some women may experience when a fertilized egg attaches itself to the lining of the uterus. It typically occurs around 6 to 12 days after ovulation, but the timing can vary. On the other hand, implantation cramping refers to mild abdominal discomfort that may accompany the implantation process.
The menstrual cycle and pregnancy.
To better understand the possibility of experiencing implantation bleeding or cramping 7 days after a missed period, let's briefly review the menstrual cycle and pregnancy timeline. The average menstrual cycle is around 28 days, although it can vary from woman to woman. Ovulation typically occurs around day 14, where an egg is released from the ovary and is available for fertilization. If fertilization occurs, the fertilized egg travels down the fallopian tube and into the uterus, aiming to implant itself into the uterine lining.
Timing of implantation and pregnancy symptoms.
Implantation bleeding and cramping usually occur 6 to 12 days after ovulation. Therefore, it's more common to experience these symptoms before the expected period rather than after a missed period. By the time you miss your period, implantation has likely already taken place, and any associated bleeding or cramping would have occurred earlier.
Other possible causes.
While implantation bleeding and cramping are often mentioned as early pregnancy symptoms, it's important to note that there can be other reasons for experiencing these symptoms around the time of a missed period. For instance, hormonal changes can sometimes cause light bleeding or spotting. Additionally, premenstrual symptoms, such as cramping or breast tenderness, can be mistaken for implantation-related discomfort. To sum it up, while it's unlikely to experience implantation bleeding or cramping 7 days after a missed period, these symptoms can occur earlier in the pregnancy timeline, typically around 6 to 12 days after ovulation. If you're experiencing any unusual symptoms or are concerned about a possible pregnancy, it's always best to consult with a healthcare professional who can provide you with personalized advice and guidance. That's all for today's video. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any further questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please let us know in the comments below. Remember to take care of yourself and stay informed. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.